guys, welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to talk about the LA fires and how it's so important. I know this message is going to fall on deaf ears because we are brainwashed and programmed to worship any and everything. We worship money, we worship watches, we worship people, we worship cars, we worship clothes, we worship houses, we worship our jobs, we worship titles, we worship dogs, we worship medicine, we worship anything that we feel that will save us. But the most important thing in your life is your mind, your body, your health. That's what you should worship. Your belief, your conviction. That's what you should worship. You don't worship your children. You don't worship your parents. You don't worship anything that you can lose, that you have no control over. Oh yes, you can lose your life, you can lose your mind, you can lose your health. But those things you have more control over. You need to focus more on those things. Don't worship these houses. You see, in Los Angeles, 10,000 buildings were destroyed in a few days. People lost everything. They lost pictures. They lost mementos. They lost memories. They lost everything. Clothes, cars burned to the ground. The houses were burned to the ground. That's why you're not supposed to put all of your life and everything that you own and work for into one little thing. That's why you're not supposed to do that. Because the universe, Mother Nature, and the evil people of this world do not care about any of those things. When it came time, you had to leave all that stuff behind. The only thing you had was your life. So at the end of the day, you realize that the only thing that was valuable was your life. At the end of the day, that's what you realized. That's why you didn't stay and try to save your clothes, your jewelry, your pictures, and your memories. That's why you didn't stay to try to save those things, because you knew it wasn't worth dying for. So you left with the one thing that you know that can bring you some peace and some comfort in the future, which is your life, your mind, your health. You know that. That's why you didn't stay behind to try to save all of the material things. A lot of those material things cannot be replaced. Some of it can. Guys, the memories of your loved ones, your children, pictures, the art, the crafts, the things that were uniquely made for you, the bespoke items in your home, those in your memory, they're going to go away anyway one day. One day someone else is going to have it. One day it's going to be in a dumpster. You're going to lose it anyway one day. It's unfortunate. And I empathize with those people who did lose everything. It's unfortunate. A lot of these things will end up in a storage unit somewhere one day. Almost all of those things will end up in a landfill somewhere one day. It will be auctioned off. It will be thrown away. It will be burned. It will be in a storage unit. It will be lost forever one day. So guys, you got to realize, don't worship these items on this earth. It will be lost. It will be lost in a flood one day. It will be lost in a hurricane, in a tornado one day. It will be burned and buried in a landfill and lost one day, guys. All these Christians out here, but nobody has faith. It says clearly in the Bible, for those who believe, do not store your treasures on earth where man can steal it. It can rust, it can be corroded, and it can be eaten by moths. It says it clearly in the Bible, do not store your treasures on earth. So when tragedies like this happen, the only thing that you can do is thank the Creator. Thank the universe for giving you the time that you did have with those things. It did bring you years of happiness and peace, years of love and memories. Everything here on this earth, guys, is temporary. Everything is temporary. You really can't fall in love forever with anyone. Your pets are temporary. Your children are temporary. Your spouses and loved ones are temporary. People get divorced. Homes are sold. Cars are totaled. Cars are traded in. People die. So this is a reality check for society, for humans, for our existence. Over 100 billion people have died, have lived and died on this earth. It's all gone, guys. So don't hoard up all your hundreds of millions and billions of dollars on this earth. You can't take it with you, guys. Share it. Share your wealth, share your love with other people that you care about. Because you see with this stuff, you can't come live with me. You can't stay with me. I don't want you in my home. I don't want you near me. The earth takes it from you. In a hurricane, in floods in North Carolina and Virginia, in Florida, the hurricanes, the waters, the floods, the fire, the storms, the winds, it'll take all this stuff from you. You must share. You must be compassionate. You must love. That's the one thing that the elements cannot take from you. Love, compassion, and sharing. It can't take that from you. A flood can't take it. A fire can't take it. But all this other stuff, your house can burn down. A thief can steal it. You can total your car. The government can confiscate it. You can't worship this stuff on earth, guys. Don't worship this stuff. You see all those cars that was burned? All those homes that was burned to the ground? Everything was lost. And you can't blame the government. You can't blame the firefighters. You can't blame the mayor. You have to own your decision. You was not prepared. When the mayor was cutting the budget of the fire department, you was at the mall shopping. When they were shipping fighting equipment to Ukraine, you was redecorating your home. You saw what the mayor was doing. You saw that the budget was being cut. You saw that the reservoirs were not full. You saw all those things and you did nothing. You stood by and you watched. You watched the dysfunctions of the government happen right before your eyes, and you was at the mall. You was at Home Depot, remodeling your bathroom, remodeling your kitchen, because it's not good enough. It wasn't enough. It's never good enough. You got to do this remodel, do that remodel, add a bedroom here, add this over there. Do your landscaping, beautify this, beautify that. It all got burned down. All that time, all that energy, all those years of building this stuff on earth, it all got burned down, guys. Some people had homes for 10, 20, 30 years. 20, 30, 40 years. Spent their whole life of building their treasure on earth for what? It's all a joke, guys. You all been cheated out of your life, out of your experiences in the world. You're working hard for the government, for the system. And then the insurance companies are canceling the fire insurance. They knew exactly what they was doing. The flood companies, they cancel your flood insurance. And you sit back and you watch and you wonder, your insurance is going higher, your taxes are going higher, and you sit back and you do nothing. You watch your life deteriorate. Your government act in disregard of your safety, and you do nothing. You're at the mall. Guys, in LA, you manifested this disaster by not being proactive in your government and your community. You manifested that disaster because you was not active in your community. You was letting the mayor do whatever she wanted to do, letting the fire chief do whatever they wanted to do. You didn't make sure that the fire hydrants were working. You didn't make sure that the fire department was staffed. Where's the community? The HOAs, they collect all this money, these fees from you. But where's the community? Where's the activism? You sit back and you judge everybody else for being active in their community, for marching, for standing up, for being mistreated. And you sit back and you laugh. Now your whole community is burned to the fucking ground. Now what? Now you want to scream at the mayor. Now you want to scream at the government. No, you should have been screaming at the mayor and at the government and at the fire department when you was at the mall shopping, when you was doing your home improvements, when you was doing your makeovers. That's when you should have been paying attention. But no, it's too late now. You've lost it all. It's too late now to blame, to point fingers. You should have been doing all that before your school was burned down, before your job was burned down, before your home was burned down, before your life was destroyed. You should have been paying attention to the signs of the time. Do I feel sorry for the communities in Palisades, for the communities in Los Angeles? No, I do not feel sorry for you. Because you had plenty of money and plenty of time to prepare and make preparations for this very event. Firefighters have been sounding an alarm on this very event for years. But where were you at? You was at the mall. You was playing tennis. You was playing golf. You was on vacation. You was not paying attention to your local government. So blame yourself. Don't blame the government. Blame yourself for not making sure that the fire hydrants in your community worked. This is a wake-up call. You can't rely on FEMA. You can't rely on the government. You can't rely on Biden, Trump. You can't rely on the government. You can't rely on the police chief. I don't care how gay she is, how straight she is, how open she is, how inclusive she is. You can't rely on the police chief. Because she's more concerned about being open and inclusive than being prepared. You're surrounded by just water all over all over the West Coast, Pacific Oceans, water everywhere. You were not prepared because you do not think that you deserve a disaster. Who would you prefer the disaster to happen to? Another community? The homeless? The minorities? The immigrants? You would prefer the disaster to happen to somebody else, not to you. You thought it could never happen in your community. But it did. It showed you that incompetence, ignorance, unpreparedness, dysfunction does not discriminate. It can happen to anybody at any moment. A tornado, a hurricane, a flood, an earthquake. You're lucky it wasn't an earthquake. But what are people going to do when they know an earthquake is coming? They're going to continue to go to Starbucks. They're going to continue to remodel and paint and beautify and worship their homes and their houses and their cars. And when another natural disaster happens, like an earthquake, they're going to blame the government. When the flood happened, they're going to blame the government. When a mudslide happened, they're going to blame the government. You build your home at the foundation of a volcano. You build your homes in the path of tornadoes, in the paths of hurricanes. Don't blame the government. You take the risk. You enjoy the reward. You take the risk. It is your responsibility. You take the risk. You enjoy the rewards from the fruits of your labor. You also got to take the risk. And you have to prepare for the possibilities of a disaster happening in your life, in your community. You have to prepare for that. What is the saying? An ounce of prevention is worth more than a pound of pain or regret. Guys, so that's my message for those out there who think that they are untouchable. This is my message. Prepare your life. Prepare your mind. Do not worship cars. Do not worship houses. Do not worship money. Do not worship land. All the land was stolen anyway. Stolen land. There was 15 million natives here when your people got here. Now it's only 3 or 4 million. It's stolen land from genocidal behavior from psychopaths. So no, I do not feel sorry. Okay, guys? Anyway, guys, that's it for this video. I'm CountryMan777. I'm signing off. Guys, remember, do not worship cars, money, people, things. Cars, money, people, places, or things. Guys, do not worship cars, money, people, places, or things. Don't worship it. That's all I'm saying. Live your life. Until next time, guys, remember, keep your life clean, keep your car clean, keep your mind clean, keep your body clean. And if you have a home, keep it clean. Don't worship it. Because all that stuff in your house right now within 10 to 40 years will be in a landfill, will be sold at auction. Nobody wants it. Nobody cares. Till next time, guys, I'm CountryMan777, and I'm signing off. Peace.